Hello, my dear students. Today, under Labor Law second paper, this is Dr. A.K. Tyagi, and under Labor Law second paper, we'll talk about the Factories Act 1948, and we'll discuss chapter 5th, which talks about the welfare provisions given under section 4250 under the Factories Act 1948. This is video lecture number 24. And let's start with the welfare provisions given under the Act. Section 42 provides for washing facilities as subsection 1 of this section 42 provides for adequate and suitable facilities for washing shall be provided and maintained for the use of the workers therein. And the clause B of section 42 subsection 1 provides for separate and adequate screen facilities shall be provided for the use of female and male workers. And subsection C provides that such facilities shall be conveniently accessible and shall be kept clean. So under clause C of section 42 subsection 1, such facility shall be conveniently accessible and shall be kept clean. And under subsection 2 of this section 42 related to the washing facilities, the state government may, in respect of any factory or any class or description of factories or any manufacturing process, prescribe the standards of adequate and suitable facilities for washing. Section 43 talks about the facilities for storing and drying clothes, and this section empowers the state government to make rules in respect of any factory or class or description of factories, and requiring the provisions therein of suitable places for keeping clothing not worn during working hours and for the drying of fat clothing. So this is one provision related to the storing and drying clothes or clothing. Section 44 of chapter 5 means given under this chapter 5th of where we are studying the welfare provisions. Section 44 talks about the facilities for sitting, and according to section 44 subsection 1, in every factory suitable arrangements for sitting shall be provided and maintained for all workers obliged to work in standing positions. And in order that they may take advantage of any opportunities for rest, right, which may occur in course while they are working or in their working hours, right? And section 44 subsection 2 is this subsection 2 provides that if in the opinion of the chief inspector, the workers of any factory engaged in a particular manufacturing process or working in a particular room are able to do their work efficiently in a sitting position, then he may, by order in writing, require the occupier of the factory to provide before a specified date such sitting arrangements over there where these workers are working. And subsection 3 of this section 44 empowered the state government to declare by notification in the official gazette that provisions of subsection 1 of this section 44 shall not apply to any specified factory or class or description of factories or to any specified manufacturing process. And section 45 of the Factories Act deals with the first aid appliances, and according to subsection 1, in every factory, every factory shall be provided and maintained so as to readily accessible during all working hours first aid boxes and cupboards equipped with the prescribed contents, and the number of such boxes means depends how many employees are working there. And maintain shall not be less than 1 for every 150 workers ordinarily employed at any time, at any one time in the factory. So for every 150 workers, there has to be at least one such first aid boxes, well equipped. And section 45 subsection 2 provides that nothing except the prescribed content shall be kept in first aid box or cupboard. And subsection 3 of this section 45 provides that each first aid box or cupboard shall be kept in the charge of a separate responsible person who holds a certificate in first aid treatment recognized by the government. And section 45 subsection 4 provide that in every factory wherein more than 500 workers are ordinarily employed, there shall be provided and maintain an ambulance room of the prescribed size containing the prescribed equipments and the in the charge of such medical and nursing staff. Section 46 of this Factories Act provides that the state government may, according to section 46 subsection 1, make a rule requiring in any specified factory where more than 250 workers are ordinarily employed, a canteen or canteens shall be provided. So where 250 or more than 250 employees are employed, then there has to be a provision for the canteen also. And we can refer to the new wage codes also, new labor codes also. So these are the provisions given under section 46. You can read it in detail. The crux I have shared with you. And related to this, there are certain cases also. You can refer to these cases also. AP Dairy Development Corporation Federation Limited versus Shivadas Pillai and others. One case, right? Related to the canteen, you can refer this case. And one case related to the Kanpur Suraksha Karmachari Union versus the Union of India. You can refer one more case related to canteen here. Also, the provisions related to the canteen. And section 47 of the Factories Act talks about the shelters, restrooms, and the lunch rooms. And section 47 subsection 1 lays down that every factory wherein more than 150 workers are ordinarily employed, adequate and suitable shelters and restrooms, and a suitable lunch room with provisions for drinking water, where workers can eat meals brought by them and shall be provided and maintained for the use of the workers. But any canteen maintained in accordance with the provisions of section 46 shall be regarded as part of requirement of this subsection, and where a lunchroom exists, no worker shall eat any food in the workroom. And there is subsection 2 also of this subsection, I beg your pardon, section 47, subsection 2 requires that the shelters or the restrooms or the lunchrooms to be provided under section 1 shall be sufficiently lighted and ventilated and shall be maintained in a cool and clean condition. And subsection 3 of this section 47 provide that the state government may prescribe the standards in respect of constructions, accommodations, furniture and other equipments of shelters and restrooms and lunchrooms, and by notification in the official gazette exempt any factory. This is given in clause B, earlier was given under clause A, or in clause B, by notification in the official gazette exempt any factory or class or description of factory from the requirements of this section. And section 48 of the Factories Act provides for the crutches, and the Royal Commission stressed upon the desirability of the basic need of crutches or the desirability of amenity of crutches as follows. That section 48 subsection 1 lays down that in every factory wherein more than 30 women workers are ordinarily employed, there shall be provided and maintained a suitable room or rooms for the use of children under the age of 6 years of such women. And subsection 2 provides that adequate accommodation shall be adequately lighted, ventilated, and shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition. And subsection 3 of this section 48 empower the state government to make rules prescribing the location and standards in respect of construction, furniture, accommodation, equipments, clause A, And section 48 subsection 3 clause B provides that requiring the provisions in factory to which this section applies of additional facilities of the for the care of the children. And subsection 3 clause C provides that requiring the provisions in any factory for free milk and refreshment or both for such children. And then the last one is the last but not least is the requiring that facility shall be given in a factory for the mother of such children to feed them at the necessary intervals. So this facility should also be offered to the working women, right? And section 49 of the Factories Act provides for the welfare officers, and subsection 1 of the section provide that in every factory wherein 500 or more workers are ordinarily employed, then a occupier shall employ in such factory the such number of welfare officers as may be prescribed. And subsection 2 of this section 49 also provide that the state government may prescribe the duties, conditions of service, qualifications of such officers employed under subsection 1. And in the case Employees Association of Northern India versus Secretary of Labor, it was held that the provisions of this section 49 shall apply to those sugar factories also wherein 500 or more workers are employed for a few months in a year. So this section would be applicable to those factories also, as it was held in the Employees Association of Northern India versus Secretary of Labor case. And section 50 talks about the power to make rules to supplement this chapter. So under section 50, the act empowers the state government to make rules. Clause A describes that the exempting subject to compliance with such alternative arrangements for the welfare of workers as may be prescribed. Any factory or class or description of factories from compliance with any of the provisions of this chapter. So if it is required, then the state government is empowered to make rules on that. And clause B, that requiring in any factory or class or description of factories that representatives of the workers employed in the factory shall be associated with the management of the welfare management of the workers, with the management of the welfare arrangements of the workers. So if it is required in any factory or any class of factories, then representative of the workers employed in the factory, they would be associated with the management so that they can contribute for the welfare arrangements of the workers. So this is section 50. So this is all about the welfare provisions given under the Factories Act. We have just taken a quick view of that. So I believe this deliberation will help you. You refer the BEAR Act and just go through these slides also will definitely help you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a nice time. Take care.